competent leadership. He had a vision for the country and a positive message. We all remember that during the campaign, people were attacking him, but he never returned it in a negative manner. He was always that gentleman, principled guy. And we want that as a leader for this country, especially for the presidency. So for all of us who were volunteers at the time, that really got us into him. Of course, principles of humanity, democracy, reforms. So those things really got us interested, got us enthused.
Interesting what you said about the positive campaign, because unlike other campaigns where there's obviously a lot of mudslinging, a lot of maybe sometimes below the belt fighting, the Gibo campaign, the Green campaign, really fought the good fight. I never heard a bad black propaganda coming from the Green team. Never any mudslinging or squid tactics, so to speak. And did this come from the top? Did Gilbert Chodoro really instruct his team, saying that, okay, guys, we're going to fight the good fight, we're going to fight the right fight, and do this properly?
I think it's more of a voluntary thing on our part, because there's this guy, he has this positive message, just the good message. Don't be too negative. So us volunteers, we subscribe to that. So therefore, we had to follow it. So we had to be positive in our message, in our campaigning. We didn't really throw mud at the other contenders. So it was really all positive. So it was very energetic.
How was this positive campaigning received by the public? Was it difficult to campaign for Gilbert Chodoro? Guys, Khalil.
Well, sort of, kasi it's very convenient to attack the other candidates, especially if you think that your candidate is superior. But again, this is one of the things why I personally like Gibo. He brought in something new, something that's not really in the traditional way of politics. That's why maybe a lot of people liked him, because most of the people would say puro mudslinging, kaya hindi umaabante yung Pilipinas, is puro mudslinging, puro personal attacks. Now this guy, he's campaigning not against the other candidates, but for his advocacy, for his platform. Really
based on vision for the future, a roadmap for the future.
Yes.
And now, there are, a lot of people said that one of the weaknesses of Gilbert Chodoro was that he was too much of an elitist.
Okay.
Maybe walang connect sa masa, out of touch with the masses. Now, you guys going around the country, meeting people from all walks of life, did you see this? Did you encounter this, let's say, resistance maybe from the masses to support someone who was perceived to be elitist like Gilbert Chodoro?
Well, my reaction to that, and my experience also during the campaign, well, our current president is part of the political elite, shall I say, and most of the candidates at the time were part of the political elite. So that didn't really, hold any water. For me personally, and also through my encounters, what really mattered for the public is what was the plan, what was the vision for the future, whether this guy had character, good character, the integrity to lead. So those things resonated to those to whom we've campaigned during 2010.
And was it easy to sell Gilbert Chodoro to the public?
It was easy to sell him. I mean, we had so many volunteers at the time. It was just incredible. I mean, like for us and a lot of volunteers across the country, we were never given money to campaign. We spent a lot.
You probably spent some of your own money.
We spent a lot of your own money. And time and extra effort and, tremendous commitment. Like, a lot of us had to compromise some of our work, studies, just to campaign, especially at the latter part. So I would say, in terms of selling him, he's a good product as a candidate. There's no problem with regard to that.
What were some of the memorable experiences, Khalil, of the campaign for you?
It was my first time to drive for 5 straight hours around Metro Manila, so traffic. And then we went to Tondo for the last day of campaigning. I never thought I would go to the deep parts of Tondo. But surprisingly, the reception was very good. And for me, it's a good learning experience as a person. And of course, for you to grow. And again, we were all expecting to win because of those events.
Okay, let's talk about that. Winning expectations. Okay. Coming into the last few weeks of the campaign, or even the last month of the campaign, all the surveys said that Gilbert Chodoro was trailing maybe single digits, swerte na maka double digit, whereas the other candidates, the more popular candidates, were really, according to the surveys, galloping ahead. How did it affect the morale in Green Team Pilipinas?
Well, it would be hypocritical to say that it did not affect in a way, because we talked about it during the campaign, but we never really delved into that too much. Well, because we believe in the candidate. We just had that passion to really campaign for him going forward until the end of the season of campaigning. So for us, the volunteers, that never really counted that much. We just wanted to pursue, get more people believing in the guy because of his message, of his principles, of his plan for this country. So in terms of the surveys, we never really delved into it that much.
In a nutshell, what was Gilbert's plan for the Philippines?
Well, the plan of Gilbert Chodoro for the Philippines is competent leadership, first of all. In terms of the political structure of the country, he had a plan to, reform it, because we have to be honest, our problems here are institutional, systemic. Whoever you put there, if you're not going to change the system, the laws, the stipulations, the institutions, or improve them, nothing's going to happen. Going forward. He had that commitment to have institutional reform, and that, I think, set him apart from all the rest.
And even just the awareness that something is wrong systemically and institutionally with the country is really a big thing already for a leader to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It gives an insight into the man's vision and this depth of thinking and his experience and all that. Now, okay, another question I want to ask you guys is that, okay, the last year we had yellows, we had oranges, we had greens. How come these days the yellows have, okay, they won, fine.
Yeah, they won.
The oranges, I don't know where the hell the oranges are. How come you guys are still around? I mean, what's keeping the fire burning?
Well, from the youth sector, I think Khalil should answer.
Khalil, okay, from the youth
because of the advocacy. We just
simply
believe in the advocacy. Yun lang talaga eh. Coming from Gilbert himself, he said that the advocacy, the principle is the primary part. He's just secondary. So I think we took it by heart, and that's why we're here.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Mike, I want to ask you a question, tough question. Where is Gilbert Chodoro today?
Right now, what I know is that he's busy with his private consultancy practice. Okay. So in terms of political participation, he's still silent on that.
Okay. Yeah. And how has this affected the group? I'm sure a lot of people are, pretty antsy maybe, or
of course,
waiting for him to show up and lead you guys again.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of the Greens out there, I think they are passionate about seeing him again, hearing whatever is happening about him. But the thing I think that is most important is that because of his campaign, because of the advocacy he said is primary, as Khalil said, which is it's the foremost consideration, we sort of imbibed it. So we subscribe to it. So that's why we're still here. So it's not just because he's no longer there, active, visible, that we're going to stop. Of course not. We voted for him not just because of his personality. We voted for him because he had a set of principles we were just amazed to subscribe to support, and that's a fundamental thing. Those things that got us into the campaign, the values, the desire for reform, the desire for bettering the situation of this country. That's more powerful than any person.
And that really is, if you could call probably his biggest contribution towards society, would probably be it. The transformation he instilled,
the inspiration of the new generation
of a whole bunch of young people,
citizens. Yeah.
And so even if he's, let's say, he has his own plans, we don't know what they are, but hopefully we will know soon. That change that he instilled in you guys, and the ideas he put into your heads about institutional change, the need to reform society, all that is there.
Yeah.
That is in a way his legacy.
Yeah, and let me add to that, because after the campaign, sometimes I go around the country also. And I get to meet some of the Green Team chapters. They tell me, you know what, Green Team and the campaign for Gibo, that really changed us. And that's a powerful response from these people. Before they were just there, just standing by, bystanders. But now, kahit wala si Gibo, they still want to be participants in nation building in whatever little way they can.
Very inspiring. Yeah. We have to break for our first segment. Guys, would you like to say something before we go? Khalil?
Yes, we would like to. We will be having a benefit concert, Octoberde. It will be